once I started figuring out that I am in harmony with that which is source, in my joy and in my love and in my praise, and I'm out of harmony in my criticism, in my anger, in my fear, I began to recognize that I was born with this guidance system, that this system within me to let me know not just how to get the most beautiful things in the world. I don't think that is really my purpose, although I don't mind getting it. I discovered that I was born with a guidance system to help me keep up with me. And I discovered that in any moment in time that I'm not keeping up with me, I can't bear it. For a long time, I thought that my negative emotion was because of something that somebody else was doing. And I cannot tell you how liberated, these are your words to them, I cannot tell you how liberated I was when I discovered that I hold the keys to my own freedom. That freedom, all that freedom is the freedom from resistance. And that resistance can only be self-applied. Other people can behave in ways that are unpleasing, but I have to look. Other people can behave in ways that don't feel good to them, but unless I give it quite a bit of my attention, I don't get hooked into it, and so it doesn't become part of my experience. Then they may say to you, well, this all sounds good. And I see that you are living a much happier than usual life. But what can I do? How can I get into a better feeling place when I have this that is bothering me and this that is a crisis and these things that have gone wrong? How can I focus upon positive things when there is so much around me that is not positive? And then you say, if you want to, well, I don't know about you, but I decided that it was just a choice that I would have to make. That I could focus upon the problems of the world and perpetuate those. Or I could focus upon the solutions of the world and perpetuate those. And beyond the perpetuation of the solution, I discovered that it feels way better to focus upon the solution than the problem. And so I do it for me, selfishly. I have to tell you, I do it for me. And then they may say to you, oh, I've heard of selfish ones like you who get yourself into a good feeling place and then will not look where it does not feel good. How is it that you can put your head in the sand and not notice what's going on in the world? And then you say, oh, I notice, because I was born to do that. I was born to sift through the details of life experience and to choose those things that feel the best to me. And so I want you to know, you can say to them, that I see plenty of things that I don't want to perpetuate, but I don't get hung up in the vibration of that anymore. I move quickly from what I don't want to a statement of what I do want. And then I do my very best to practice the vibration of what I want. A lot of my friends don't want to hang around with me anymore, because when they want to complain and I don't listen with any sort of sincerity, they are annoyed. Sometimes they even get their feelings hurt. And then I discovered something that kept them from getting their feelings hurt. I started practicing it one by one with friend after friend, with family members, with friends, even with people that I was just meeting standing in line someplace. I began to practice this. It goes like this. So they would say, how about that? I sure don't like that. And I would say, yes, but how about this? This is much better. At which point they would say, man, are you blind? Can't you see what's going on? And so I realized that trying to point out the positive aspects to someone who's standing in the middle of negative aspects wasn't going off very well. In fact, it just annoyed them and made them determined to not be with me. So I decided I had to go underground with it for a while. I decided that I couldn't be so overt about it. I couldn't be so in their face about it. So I just practiced in my own mind. When I would hear a complaint from someone, I would write down if I could, or remember if I could, What is it that I think they really want? Because it's pretty easy to know what someone wants when they're expressing what they don't want. And then I would practice seeing them having what they wanted rather than seeing them as not having it. I began practicing seeing them as they want to be. When someone indicated to me that they were sick, I immediately began to see them as well. And I began practicing the vibration of wellness. And then one by one, as my friends would present themselves to me, not one of them was put off by my newfound vibration, because this is the way it would play out. They would say, things aren't going well for me. And I would say, I heard about that, but then I remembered who you are. And I began practicing in my own mind. When I'm not with you, it's much easier, I have to tell you. I began practicing in my own mind who you really are. And I've discovered things about you that are so intoxicating that now I think about them, not because I'm trying to help you improve, but because it just simply feels so good for me to acknowledge who you really are and what you've really got going on. And this is the list I've made about you. These are the positive aspects of your life. This is who I know you truly to be. This is how I see you. This is how I know you. And this is why I love you, you see. It is our promise to you that as you begin practicing the positive aspects of circumstances and events, of governments, of other governments, of political parties, of people that you know, of family members, of your mothers and your fathers and your children, of your friends, of people that you have formerly called your enemies, as you begin to tune yourself to what this time-space reality is helping you to put in your vortex about them. You see, these aren't just people running around annoying you or pleasing you. These are people running around causing you to build a vortex version of you. They are the reason that you are expanding. And so when they are the reason that you're expanding and you look back at their trouble, now you're extra mad at them because first they caused you to expand and now they're holding you back from your expansion.